Hello and welcome back to another video, and today I kind of really want to give a lot of thoughts on He-Man, the Masters of the Universe, or mainly as its He-Man Revelations and stuff like that. And I just kind of really wanted to go over everything that I'd seen in all the episodes that they've released on Netflix. If you want to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell. We're going to talk about everything that I kind of thought about it as well. I've made a lot of notes on this one. So let's kind of begin. Now, first of all, I feel like, and I know that Kevin Smith has lied about everything on this, and I feel like his way he's going around things right now is absolutely fucking scummy. Like, I feel like he's attacking people because he's made this really nice piece of art that nobody really likes, and he's now taking it to heart, and he's like, how dare you, like, you make something better, this is me. And I feel like I don't know why he's doing it. I think it's because he's trying to, or he's gaslit quite a lot of people in his latest podcast, which we'll probably talk about much later on. But I feel like in this entire thing, his reaction hasn't been very kind of professional. It's been very, I'm going to attack you, and if you don't agree with me on any level, I'm going to have a massive go at you, etc, etc. If you don't know about this, basically, I think it was last year or quite some time ago, Clownfish TV was told by an insider that He-Man and the Masters of the Universe and all that, Master Revelations, was going to be all about Teela. And that was it. It was Teela's show, and Teela was going to have a girlfriend, as well as like quite a few things. Like, I'm going to talk about this again in another video. But because of this, Kevin Smith drew light about it, and the only reason why he did was because he didn't want people to know that he was going to kill off Adam, who is He-Man. And I feel like you could have just stayed silent through all of it. You could have stayed absolutely silent and not said anything, and all of this would have gone away, and possibly no one would have thought about it, etc, etc. And it just, I feel like because he's done that, he's purposely gone out to attack them. And I believe this is a full-on attack. I feel like he needs a proper apology. He gave some bullshit kind of an apology earlier where it came to, what was it, where he was on on his podcast, and he just literally just gave a shit-ass apology all the way through. Teela is the main focus on the show. Over the years, when I've watched some He-Man, when I've seen characters and I've seen the love for characters, I know that certain characters are not like what they were portrayed in the show. Now, I'm so sick and tired of this. At the moment, it seems to be in Hollywood where every single man, regardless of who you are, is either scum, is a laughing joke, is too weak to do anything, and is always apologizing for nothing. And I feel like this is Hollywood's way of shoving it down their throat, saying, or your throat and my throat, saying, hey, men, you fucking trash fires, fuck you, how dare you fucking even be on this planet, fuck you, men. That's literally how I see it. And when I saw He-Man, literally everything in this show to me was just, men are weak, men are evil, men are shouty shout, where Teela is a complete and utter fucking bitch in this show, where it's like literally she's, again, we're gonna get spoilers. Okay, so basically with Teela being the main focus, you can tell straight away in the first opening where it's, you see Teela, it's like everyone's congratulating her, everyone's saying like, oh my god, she's become Man-at-Arms, she's become, like, she's advanced in so far that she is one of the best people. It's always like Teela is the greatest, you can't go wrong if Teela's about. But the second that He-Man dies and she finds out Adam's secret, it's like every single person on Eternia, or the men, should we say, are the scummiest, where the parents of Adam are literally mourning their child, they're getting really angry, or mainly the king is, and where he's saying to Duncan, get out, you're exiled, you're this, and I'm like, holy shit, like, this wouldn't be a thing, you'd be talking about it. I've always seen the king and queen in He-Man to be really kind of okay, to be normal, like not to be this horrible dickish people. And even when his wife, like, he doesn't say anything about his wife knows, like, she looks back at him and goes, take care, Adam, and that she knows about this. But anyway, so as soon as like the king tells Tila to get rid of Man of Arms, like exile him out. She throws a hissy fit. She throws things on the floor. She screams and says like, "Oh my God, like how dare you not tell me Adam was He-Man?" Like that was the whole purpose from the show, from what I remember, was only 4 people knew about it, 4 or 5. Orko, Sorceress, Man at Arms, Duncan, and Cringer. So 4 people knew about this. Kind of going a little bit further. This is going to be kind of skitty because I've kind of tried to arrange my notes all in one area. The whole thing of Castle Grayskull is an illusion, and I'm like, what? Why would you? Why would you do that? That just seems like, out of all the promotional shots, like everything there, like I up to this point, I always believed that Grayskull was a proper castle, and it was there to protect the sorceress and stuff, and it had secrets and stuff. Now when I look at it, I don't feel like it is. I know that there's something behind it. And this is one thing, like the sorceress is a very smart person, but she's being dumbed down in this. You've got this thing where Skeletor and Evil Lyn are kind of like cloaked. They're giving a deception. You've got He-Man kind of bringing it away, and I was like, oh, that's a bit weird how you see He-Man or Adam at the castle, but He-Man there. Maybe it's a 5-10 minutes ago type thing that they don't tell you. But the sorceress doesn't figure out that He-Man is a fake. You kind of think that she would know about that. There is just something. So it just captures He-Man and Skeletor fight. Like in the trailer, if you watch it, you kind of think there's this huge battle that goes on for hours, or for at least 10-20 minutes at least, maybe for an entire episode. But it's not. It is pretty much not. It's over very, very quickly. Adam dies. Tila then turns around and gets really angry and just treats everybody from then on, not women, not the females, just all the men, like they're fucking scum. Like everyone had this whole like against her, like they'd kept a load of things from her, and that's what kind of annoyed me, because you kind of think that maybe over time Tila would have been like, hey, I know you lied to me, let's sort this out, but it wasn't. And it really kind of made me think, wow, Tila is such a fucking bitch in this. Why are you such a fucking bitch? All the way through this entire series, there is no other Masters of the Universe. Now I know that there's quite a lot. I've seen the toys, I've seen the old cartoon, and there's quite a few Masters of the Universe. But in this one, that there isn't, and that to me feels like it just should have been just called Tila. Like that's it. Like if this show was called Tila, it'd be fine. And if Kevin Smith was open about this, that's all he had to do. That's all he had to be was, hey, we're making a show about Tila, and I think people would be really kind of understand, like they'd understand. But when you kind of take the main person, that is there to sell toys, and you take him out of the thing, and you only put him in a few episodes, like I think it's like maybe 3. So you see He-Man at the very beginning, he's only in it for like say a couple of minutes, then that's it, he's gone for pretty much most of the episode. You then see Adam, and then he's in it for a little bit, but we'll get to that in a bit. And then like He-Man doesn't come back at all. You got an evil vision of He-Man, which isn't He-Man, and I'm like, what the actual fuck? So this whole process is basically Tila has got to go find the Sword of Power, which has been split into 2, which both like half and half. One goes to hell, one goes to heaven. Duncan is completely sidelined. Now I really like Duncan because I feel like he was kind of a well-rounded character, but in this one it feels like he has to apologize for everything. There are points in this where they're all talking about the saving the Eternia, saving everything that's going on. Duncan's character in this, I really liked him for what you saw of him very briefly, but most of the time it's Tila putting him down, saying, "You're fucking trash, Duncan, what the actual fuck?" And he's always constantly apologizing, like everything is his fault. Like I guarantee if they let him run with it, he'd be like, "Tila, for your 3rd birthday, I'm so sorry that I didn't get you that thing that you wanted. Tila, for your 19th birthday, I'm so sorry you didn't do it. I'm such a terrible father. Oh my God, Tila, like please stop it." I felt like, given the chance, that they would really ruin him at all, like break him down to the point where he's groveling. It's like, "I'm sorry, Tila, I didn't get you your buttered toast this morning. Please forgive me." I just felt like it was such a fucking insult, like through the entire thing. This entire thing was a fucking insult. And then obviously when he's like, "I'm the only one who can put together the Sword of Power. I can make it proper. I can bring it together." They're like, "No, fuck off. You go look after the castle." Like he's being told he's a bad dog, and he's like, go to your corner, don't even fucking come out. You know, I felt this was the way forward through all of it. You know, it's then, you know, like they bring in Roboto. Now, I think the only reason why they brought in Roboto was the fact is that they didn't want any men on the team. It had to be like just evil Lynn. It had to be Andrea. I think it's Andrea. And then it's I feel like She-Ra. It's Teela. And then obviously you've got Beastman, who kind of comes up. And I was just thinking, what? Like, he's the only one. But apparently because Roboto has got the knowledge of Duncan, the mind of Duncan, so therefore he can make it. So it just felt to me like it says you can't have another man on the team, so you have a robot who doesn't have a gender. And that's literally how I thought about this. And I just generally thought, why would you take Man-at-Arms out if he's the only one that can make the sword, but now you've got Roboto? So I felt that was a very cop-out way of saying, fuck this shit, just fuck it. They also do, I think what they're doing is queer baiting. Like, so it's making you believe that two characters of the same sex are interested in each other and a relationship is going to build. And you kind of see it, you know, she's flirting with Adam originally. You think, okay, maybe she just wants to get with Adam. But then it's suddenly with this Andrea, where that's it. It's literally like they make their whole thing saying, will they, won't they? It pretty much is there, but I know they're going to pull the rug out of it and say, actually, no, it's not that at all. And I feel like that is the biggest, shittiest thing in the world, where they'll be like, no, she goes off with someone else, or she goes off with Adam, blah, blah, blah. I just feel like if you're going to queerbait, don't fucking do it. That's fucking shitty scum. And if you're doing that, Kevin, fuck off. Just fuck off. We then have another thing with Orko dying, and I felt like this was a hollow death because he let it slip. He just literally let it slip and went, oh, by the way, yeah, we kill Orko off. Why would you turn around and say that on anything? Why would you give that away? Now, it was on a Nerdist video, and then they had to edit it out, but it's already out there. Orko died. There was nothing there. It's because he didn't like Orko. That's it. It's literally, he hated Orko, and he wanted them gone. And I just generally thought, Orko was an okay character, like, not for me. If you don't want him to be in it, don't add him in. Like, you know, he's resting, he's got no energy left, let him rest. Doesn't have to go with you, does he? Doesn't have to be in it. He can appear and disappear. But no, Kevin, you didn't fucking like him, so you fucking got rid of him. Oh, you fucking piece of shit. This whole He-Man thing has made me not like Kevin at all. Now, if you like Kevin, that's absolutely fine, but I just really don't like Kevin Smith. I really don't. I feel like now, no matter what he says or what he brings out, I'm not going to trust him when he talks about any of his future products. Because he'd be like, oh, I'm a massive fan. We'll talk about that later. It might be another video, but I'll briefly touch on that in a bit. Okay, so Orko dies. Then you meet Adam, and Adam is basically in his normal form. He's not in his He-Man form, because you can't have, and they said you can't have muscular guys. You can't have too many of them because, you know, that's not allowed. And I just generally thought you could have taken one of those muscular guys out, but nope. This is not about He-Man. You can't have He-Man in his own show. So all the way through, they treat Adam like a fucking joke. He is a wimpy kid. They call him Flea Man. No matter what he does, he is the shittest person, you know. And I feel like they just push him around, like just literally push him around, like ha ha ha. And I just felt like a massive, big insult to everything here, because it's meant to be a paradise, and yet they're picking it. Now, like, you can say it's all banter. That's fair dues. But I just felt like this was a horrible thing to do to him. You know, he's sacrificed his life for everyone, and now you're calling him that piece of shit. It just didn't sit right to me, and I got bored. Like, I started playing on my phone when this started happening, because they disrespected him so much, and it really fucking infuriated me to no end. In the end, basically, He-Man dies again. They get the power, they get the sword. Roboto dies, they get the sword. They then turn around and like get back into Eternia. He sacrifices his eternal paradise, which he may not get back, and he gets killed straight off. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Why go to bring this back? It's not a shock value. It's not a oh my god. Like, if they had done this to the point where Adam was the main lead in this, and he had to go get the swords together and put it together, and then he died, I would understand this. But because Kevin doesn't like He-Man, and he has never liked it, I felt, to me, I just generally really got angry at this, because why kill it? But it wasn't like, say, the other one where he got vaporized or anything like that. They had to show the whole anime type thing where you can hear the sound of the knife going in, or his blade, and then he's like, and then Skeletor, who sounds like the Joker, turns around and goes like, oh, now we got rid of you type thing, and then takes his sword and transforms into Skelligod, which again, because of the because of the figures out there, that we knew exactly what was going to happen. It's like if Skelligod was in wave 2, could understand that, but because of that, we already knew that. Now, okay, basically, Evil Lyn goes back to Skeletor after she's done this whole thing of saying, like, you know, she could be more powerful than anyone else, like, you know, Antonia, she could rule it, but no, that's not allowed, and therefore it's a Harley and Joker type thing. So it's more like that kind of really put me off. It's more like, why would you go back? Now, I'm guessing Evil Lyn's going to turn on Skeletor at the last minute and be like, you know, I'm having my revenge, and that's it. So, kind of rounding this up, Teela is always angry because she's been lied to, and she's just constantly taking out on anyone. All the men are dicks, or all the men are weak, or the men are taken away. You're not allowed to have a strong male lead in this. It all has to be about Teela. You've got the entire thing where she can take on all of, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was the cyborg type thing, and you know, he was able to turn around and turn people into robots, being the Borg. That's what I literally saw and went, this is the Borg. So apparently Teela can kick the shit out of every single person, but when it comes to the point where she saw Skeletor come out of the orb of Evil Lyn, make the staff, she couldn't do anything after she's pretty much like the Flash, and she can kick and punch anything. She literally watches Adam die, and she also has a go at Adam when he's dead, and she turns around and says like, oh, I can't believe you didn't tell me you were He-Man, and Adam's like, I wanted to protect you, I've also died for you. And Teela's like, fuck that, how fucking dare you even keep a secret. Yet if it was the other way around and Teela kept the fact that she was whoever, she would probably keep it from Adam to keep him safe. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Oh. So then you have Sailor Moon transformation, but then Skeletor, when he turns around into Skelligod, you know, he gets a quick transformation. It just doesn't make sense. All the girls complain about men. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Why? It just feels like you wanted to really rip into the fucking fans. When you watch the Netflix show after, like, the kind of after party, it's like Kevin Smith opening brags like, we killed He-Man twice, how cool is that? Bet you didn't expect that. I'm like, why would you fucking kill the main character from your show? Kevin Smith didn't care about the franchise. He's been caught lying multiple times. He turns around and says, like 5,000 people or 10,000 people, something around that ballpark, you know, all complain. It doesn't matter because Netflix has around about 2.3 million subscribers. Now, I'm going to guarantee that not everybody's going to watch He-Man. So you kind of think Netflix, if you're going to fucking insult your fan base, those 5,000 to 10,000 people could just cancel the subscription. And then where would you be? You'd be fucking begging them back. Oh, fucking Netflix. Oh, it just fucking pisses me off. He's been caught lying. He said that he watched it from 1981 and stuff like that, Rush Home, but yeah, He-Man didn't come out until 83, I think, or something like that. Also, the fact is that, you know, so it was a ritual. Then he said, like, you know, apparently he forgot about it, you know, because he's a stoner. So, you know, dates and that would mix up, so he didn't get it. And then he turns around later on in the Vanity, which we're going to look at in another video. But he turns around then and goes, oh yeah, I didn't watch it. I hated it. I wanted to hate watch it. Why don't you just fucking come out and say, I'm not a He-Man fan, which he has also said, and say, look, I'm not a He-Man fan. They came up to me. I wanted to do it. I took the job. There we go. Don't fucking try it and gaslight fans. Don't try and fucking have a go at them. He's just lied. That's it. That's the whole thing. I think that's what's getting everybody angry. And the fact is now that, you know, he's going around saying multiple different things, and it just feels like he's trying to be damage control. And I think Netflix and even Mattel, like they had they had a producer from Mattel or something, even on this Netflix thing. And they were like, yeah, it's fine. Why would you kill off one of your bread and butter? Like, He-Man is pretty much all that I know for Mattel. So why would you get rid of that and be on board for it? It just doesn't make sense. You know, I just feel like you should have just made this all about Teela, and that's it. I want to make more videos on this because I feel like I want to talk more about it, but obviously I don't want to kind of go over time. This has put me off from buying He-Man figures. It really, really has. I don't particularly want to buy them, and I looked at some of them. I thought they were really, really cool that I would want to do it, but this is not just like put me off buying these figures. It's made me not want to buy any other He-Man regardless. I just don't care. And yeah, I'm just going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think that the show was good? Now, if you enjoyed the show, that's great. 100% to you. I really liked the animation. Don't get me wrong, I really liked the animation. I thought it was well suited to He-Man. So that's the only kind of really positive, maybe one or two characters that I like. But you've destroyed Teela's character. You've destroyed it. It just feels like now, no matter what happens, if someone lies to her or says something negative towards her, she will hate all of them. She'll hate every single person. I feel like this is a shit show because not many people are going to come back and watch it. You know, Kevin Smith's now kind of said, like, by this episode, episode 7, 8 or whatever, on his daughter's life, which is a fucking shitty thing to say, that you're going to get more He-Man than anything, which I feel is not going to happen. I feel like he's just saying it to please fans, but those fans that love it aren't. But why would you use your daughter like that, Kevin? That's a really fucking shitty move. I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on He-Man? I'm going to make more videos on this. I just want to talk about it. What are your thoughts on it? Let me know down below in the comments. If you like this sort of content and you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。